Welcome to Marysville-Pilchuck's Class of 2003 commencement.
Presenting the colors this evening is Marysville-Pilchuck High School's Navy Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps Color Guard led by Cadet Ben Winters. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Daniel Martin.
Immediately following, the national anthem will be sung by Vanessa Thompson. Please remain standing for that.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight and o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the
It is an absolute honor to introduce to you our principal, Miss Peggy Ellis.
Please be seated. Thank you. We're going to be here for a little while this evening. And I think that you would agree with me that there's hardly anything in life that's more important right now than watching these young people graduate. So please turn off your cell phones and your pagers. Today, the staff at Marysville-Pilchuck and I celebrate your commencement. However, it's not only your high school teachers who celebrate tonight, but all of the teachers that you've had for the past 13 years. The kindergarten teacher who taught you how to share and how to read. Your third grade teacher who taught you how to do long division. Your middle school teachers who liked you even when nobody else liked you. and all the high school teachers who've watched you develop into the promise of our future. Not only teachers in schools have helped you get here today. The lunch ladies, the playground aides, the help room assistants, and everybody's favorite school secretary. They all celebrate you today. We recognize that we have partners in the success of these students. Thank you to the parents and the loved ones of all who supported our students and the time that they've spent at Marysville-Pilchuck and in the Marysville School District. Carl Jung summed it up perfectly. An understanding heart is in everything that a teacher does. One looks back at appreciation to the brilliant teachers, with gratitude to those who touched our human feeling. The curriculum is so much necessary raw material, but warmth is a vital element for the growing plant and for the soul of a child. And I leave you today knowing that you all have wonderful souls. Thank you.
Gentle mind. If you lose your way, think back on yesterday. Remember me this way. Remember me this way.
Don't need eyes to see the love you bring to me, no matter where I go. And I'll know that you'll be there, forevermore a part of me. You're everywhere. I'll always care. I'll make a wish for you and hope it will come true. That life will just be kind, with such a gentle mind. If you lose your way, think back on yesterday. Remember me this way. Remember me this way.
And I'll be right behind your shoulder, watching you.
I'll be standing by your side in all you do.
And I won't ever leave.
As long as you believe, you just believe. I'll make a wish for you and hope it will come true. That life will just be kind, such a gentle mind. And if you lose your way, think back on yesterday.
Remember me this way. Oh, remember me this way.
This way.
I love you, Mom and Dad.
Thanks, Lynette Sampson.
I'm going to put a misconception to rest. Being a valedictorian is more than just having a perfect GPA. These 7 have applied themselves to not only getting good grades in school, but community service projects, clubs, athletics, and countless other activities. Cameron Gilmore has been a varsity soccer player and swimmer, an Ignite mentor, and a co-captain of our championship high-Q team. Danny Heyman has spent the last 4 years literally running circles around the competition at cross-country and track and field meets. He's donated his time to tutor younger students and is another member of our high-Q team. Jeffrey Peliquin is a tuba player and gives up his school nights and weekends to provide the bass sound for the MP band. He's a National Merit Scholar and another high-Q co-captain. Catherine Ramos is a captain of the varsity tennis team and a master in the art of ceramics. I remember earlier this year my sister came home with a bowl she'd made and said, "Look, Mom, an original Ramos." Megan Cleveland has a head start on most of us, and she's attended Everett Community College full-time this year. She donates her time at the Marysville Food Bank and is one of a select few to pass the Academic Challenge program. John Hanks is a varsity wrestler and has represented MP at the state tournament for the last 3 years. For those of you who don't know John Hanks, he is arguably the nicest guy at our school. Finally, Yumi Sullivan ran cross country this year and was a member of our Key Club. And through that all, she worked 20 hours a week at Cascade Music. These 7 have worked hard in the classroom to excel at getting good grades, and for that, they deserve our congratulations. But for all of the work they've done outside the classroom, embodying the spirit of a true MP Tomahawk, they deserve our recognition as valedictorians of the class of 2003. I'd like to introduce our first valedictorian, Cameron Gilmore.
Hi, my name's Cameron, and I'll be your valedictorian for the next minute and a half. Even as one journey comes to an end, a new one begins. We're now at that long, awkward stage in life between high school and retirement. We still have a long road left ahead of us. Most of this class has 50 or more years of living left to do. So the question now is, what comes next? We're expected to move out on our own in the world, except for when we need our laundry done. What will we do with the next few decades of our lives? Some of us will go to college, some on to the military, and others right into the workforce. Along the way, some of us might start families. Everyone has to find and follow their own path. We'll be connected, though. This may be the last time that we're all here together, but our paths in life will overlap. Your classmates in this building will affect you in some way. The person sitting next to you today might be your doctor, or your child's soccer coach, or a coworker one day. There's no way of telling right now what the people around you will become in the approaching years, or how what they do will affect you. You may not know what you yourself will become, but when you decide, go for it all the way. Abraham Lincoln once said, "Whatever you are, be a good one." Thank you.
One way to follow all Honest Abe's advice is to focus on what you feel strongly about. We have a lot of people here graduating, and since we have so many people, sometimes it feels like we don't have much in common. You know, some people are really into cars, others are into sports, others are into anime, others are into agriculture, and so on. But in this, the one unifying thing is that we're all passionate about something. We may get poo-pooed by politicians and ignorant critics because we aren't passionate about taking standardized tests. But if our education in Marysville has steered us towards being passionate about something personally meaningful rather than the wassail, I think we owe an even bigger debt of gratitude to our teachers, coaches, and our administrators. Through them and our classmates, we have found a passion. This resource of a diversely passionate class is one of the most under-acknowledged resources that we have at MP. It has taught us acceptance, open-mindedness, flexibility, and self-assessment. My passion, running, used to arouse scorn from some of you because of its painful nature, but now I'm comforted that my classmates have accepted my short shorts and stinky shoes. Now, strengthened by each other, we are graduating. And commencement is not freedom from authority, but it is freedom to pursue your passion by whichever means you choose. This is what makes commencement exciting. Before, we pursued our passion in the narrow framework of the school, and now we pursue our passion in the open framework of the world.
Now, when Danny was mentioning those misunderstood passions, I could not help but think of a passion of mine that often arouses much confusion. Now, as previously pointed out by Danny, we can learn much from these misunderstood passions, and indeed many lessons can be learned from my passion, Elvis Presley, whose life and death conveniently serve as an exemplary model of our class motto, which is as follows: though no one can go back and make a brand new start, anyone can start from now and make a brand new finish. During his years in high school, Elvis was viewed as an outcast by his classmates, or even a freak, as he later described himself. Upon his graduation night, 50 years and 6 days ago, he was scheduled to begin a new job at a machinist shop the very next day. No one would have supported the notion that this quiet misfit would soon become the king of rock and roll and a pillar of American culture. Yet Elvis was able to start to lay a foundation for a brand new ending because he pursued his passion of music with both persistence and faith in himself. It was Elvis's faith in himself that he could be somebody big that first led him to set foot in a recording studio a couple of months after graduating. And it was his persistence in showing up constantly in that studio for nearly a year, almost every day, that finally let him hit it big. Granted, the vocal talent of most of us is of little note. Nonetheless, if we apply to our own individual passions, the same perseverance, the same confidence in ourselves that Elvis exhibited 50 years ago, then tonight we can start to make that brand new ending. Thank you very much.
Now, seriously. With faith in oneself and the will to persevere, the ability of creating a true integrity is within reach. Integrity, a firm adherence to a code or standard of values. It is said you don't have to be like the world to make an impact on the world. It's the power of a genuine heart that can do many things. In a world where acceptance is desired more than individualism, we stand the risk of losing ourselves and our values. Throughout high school, we have seen examples of integrity. It was the person who was faithfully loyal to a friend, the classmate who accepted responsibility for his or her actions, or the individual you trusted because never did they give you reason to doubt their honesty. As the years ahead unfold, may these examples inspire, guide, and encourage each of us to do our best. By learning to live a life that is sincere and true, we could achieve the happiness that so many before us still seek. This, however, requires us not to accept the norm. Instead, we must step outside our comfort zone and toward the integrity so many of us have misplaced. It's up to us to make this decision now, to stand up without holding back or being embarrassed by our choice. As we head into the world with all its powers of influence, let's stand firm to the integrity we set in place for ourselves. Remember that we each possess qualities that can make a difference in this world, one person at a time. So I ask you to be, in reality, what you wish to appear to others.
Throughout our lives, our family, friends, and teachers have helped prepare us for this night. As we graduate from high school, we will be making the transition into adulthood and taking on all the responsibilities that go with it. Soon, we will be the ones who help young people as they make their way through school, through their growing years. We must realize that just as those who helped us get to this day were examples to us, we too will be setting an example for future generations. Gilda Radner, a famous comedian, once related this remarkable story. She said, "When I was little, I had a friend whose dog was going to have puppies in a week or so. The dog was out playing in the yard one day and got in the way of the lawnmower, badly injuring her two hind legs. The dog was rushed to the vet to be sewn up, and in a short time, she learned to walk again. She didn't spend any time worrying. She just learned to walk without the aid of her back legs. She simply took 2 steps forward, flipped up her backside, and repeated this process again and again. Soon, she gave birth to 6 little puppies, all in perfect health. She nursed them and then weaned them. And when they learned to walk, they all walked just like her." What kind of example do you want to set for others to follow? How do you want others to remember you? People will remember us by the example we set. Each one of us is unique, special, and capable of making a difference in our own way. We must strive to set a good example, one that conveys hope, courage, and faith. As we remember those who have had a positive influence on our lives, let us make a commitment to carry on their example to the next generation. Who we are and the legacy we leave will have a lasting impact on those we encounter in our lives. Thank you.
Well, it's finally here. The moment we've all been waiting for. I don't know about you, but I'm awfully excited. It's almost unbearable. But for some reason, there's a part of you and me that just doesn't want to let go. We're extremely jubilant because we're finally moving on, but we can't help ourselves from reminiscing about the good times with our friends and thinking about how much we're going to miss everything we had at MP now that it's gone. And maybe you're having some regrets too. Maybe you could have tried a little harder or been a little friendlier. Then high school would have been that much better. As we look back on our past experiences, we'll often have these thoughts, but we must not dwell on them. We must learn from our mistakes and then apply what we've learned. We should also cherish our good experiences that we've had, but keep in mind that there's an infinite amount of opportunities in life. Our lives have just begun. We've had a lot of great times at Marysville Pilchuck, but let's not let them be the best times of our lives. Thank you.
Live life to the fullest. Work hard and never miss the opportunity to better yourself, but have a little fun while you're at it. Make room for your loved ones, have a picnic, watch a movie, or give someone a hug. These are the ingredients to a satisfying life experience. High school is only a fraction of this life, so don't sweat the small stuff. We are now moving into the early stages of adulthood, and what we've done here in high school is only the first step. For many of us, high school was a difficult first step. For others, it was simply a breeze. We have become unique individuals in this time together, and soon we will be on our separate ways. This is a time to celebrate our differences. Yet, despite these differences, in these few hours, we have all come together to celebrate our common accomplishment. We have worked hard in these last 4 years to graduate, and here we are. Congratulations to the class of 2003.
Are you guys ready? Okay. I have the honor to present a prestigious faculty member of the University of Washington. Dr. Albert Black is our guest speaker for this evening's ceremony. Dr. Black has made his time and expertise freely available to the community organizations such as school districts, church groups, and social service agencies. He has been a speaker and advisor for public schools in Seattle, Kent, and Renton, Big Brothers of King County, Mount Zion Baptist Church, and other organizations. He has been actively involved on the State Advisory Board of the Division of Juvenile Rehabilitation. For many years, he has recruited UW students to go into schools and juvenile detention centers as tutors. Dr. Black has also been involved with gang prevention efforts in New York, Detroit, Los Angeles, Denver, and at home here in Seattle. He has also won a UW Distinguishing Teacher Award. He has his Bachelor's of Science in Zoology from the University of Michigan, his Master's in Sociology from Wayne State University, and his PhD in Sociology from University of California at Berkeley. On behalf of the Marysville School District and the class of 2003, Dr. Black.
I want to start off by saying thank you. I was very pleased to have the invitation, and I'm very pleased to see another generation of soon-to-be my students. My students right now are preparing for their final exam. I'm not terribly popular, and they were perfectly willing to give me to you. I think the last time I was in here, it was a solemn occasion. It was a time when we were celebrating Curtis Williams' life and his sacrifices, and I haven't really forgotten that experience. I should tell you just before I start that I'm not going to take long. I'm sure you will be very appreciative of that. And what I wanted to tell you, a couple things. One, my wife said to me before I left, be sweet and short. And she knows that I'm very long-winded. Generally in a classroom, I have at least an hour, sometimes two. And she said that I shouldn't spend more than an hour and 3/4 with you. I'm reminded, before I get started, I'm reminded of an experience I had when I did the commencement address for the community college system. And I had spent a lot of time on the presentation and so on, and thought, frankly, it was pretty good. And so I went on and on and on. And so when it was all over, everybody was kind and polite, and they gave me a nice hand and all that business. And then on the way down the escalator, there were some people behind me, and I guess because you're seeing my forehead, they didn't realize that my forehead is also in the back of my head. And so two people behind me said of the speaker, "Can you imagine that guy taking all that time like we're here to listen to him?" So I didn't want you to say that to me, so I thought that I would try to move this along. The theme of this ceremony, I was told, is "Remember me this way." Remember me this way. And I had to really think sort of deeply about the meaning of the theme. And I may not do well here with the names, but I wanted to try this. I could have asked Justin Mulberry, is that right? Mulbeyer, the president of the graduating class, or perhaps Jordan Lee, or Melissa Collado, or Jake H-E-G-R Hedged, Christina Patchen, or Colleen Horn. But no, I wanted to impart my own meaning. Remember me this way. As achievers, as a group of young people who have persevered, as a group of young people who have been supported and loved by their parents, as a group of young people who have been superbly educated by their teachers, and in a very few moments, a group of young people who will be certified and celebrated by the Marysville-Pilchuck school system as high school graduates. Congratulations. Congratulations to you as students. Congratulations to your parents. Students, would you stand, please, and salute your parents with a hand? Stand and salute your parents. I want to make sure you can still hear me. Want to make sure you can still hear me. Let me ask you now to salute your teachers. Salute your teachers. All right, you can be seated. You can be seated, thank you. Let us never forget. Let us never forget to say thank you. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you, faculty. Remember me this way. The aphorism, it won't take long. You'll be able to yell for the rest of the hour. Remember me this way. The aphorism burned its way into my consciousness. I searched for equivalence in meaning, and I found one. The practice and realization of human genius in every generation. Human beings are unique in so many ways, but none more important than in our ability to achieve. You know, according to the great American philosopher, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., women and men, and notice I changed the language, he actually said man, women and men are in nature, yet above nature. They're in space and time, yet above them. Men and women can do things that no other member of the animal kingdom can do. They can think a poem and write it. They can think a symphony and compose it. They can think of a great civilization and construct it. Because of their capacity to create, women and men are not bound completely by time and space. Instead, because of their ability to reason, their ability to process information, and their gift of imagination, men and women and men can transcend, said Dr. King, time and space. But it seems to me that if we are to transcend time and space, that is, if we are to succeed, we must know and adopt the laws of success. The principal law of success says, if it's going to be, it's up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me. There is no other you, remember me, there is no other you on this planet. No person with your temperament, your thoughts, your passions, your needs, your desires, and your special and unique gifts. Consequently, no other person can make the unique contribution that you were intended to make. Know that all successful people think about winning and serving, not losing and using. Muhammad Ali was an excellent practitioner of the principal law of success. I'm the greatest, he kept repeating. I float like a butterfly and I sting like a bee, and the hand surely can't hit what the eye can't see. As all of you have learned, success requires drive, stick-to-itiveness, and indefatigableness. We all have an engine inside that must be activated if we are to be successful. Motivation is the catalyst. It is the energy source that will activate and sustain us. Motivation is the machinery that drives us toward the successful completion of our goals. We are motivated by the intensity of our desire to succeed. Motivation informs us that we have riches inside. Indeed, each of you has learned that you can become the architect of your own accomplishments. Individuals who are positively motivated do things because they want to, and achieve things because they choose to. Very often we talk about young people having to do things because they have to. The only way you can achieve is when you decide that you want to do things and you choose to do things. They have goals, they set goals. A goal is like a target. It gives you something to aim at. It gives life direction. Without goals, we self-destruct because we have no direction. You will learn that procrastination, that is refusing to invest, and I'm not far from finishing. So don't think I said that I was going to be here only for a short while and decide to get comfortable and stay here for a day or two. You will learn that procrastination, but listen carefully because I think there's some power behind these ideas. And I don't mean that in terms of ego. I mean that in terms of the ideas independent of me. You will learn that procrastination, that is refusing to invest the effort necessary to accomplish your goals, is the predatory thief of lifetime and potential. That procrastination is the predatory thief of life, time, and potential. Remember, motivation, persistence, and beliefs are the grandparents of all requirements for growth. Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence and belief. Education will not, for the world is full of educational derelicts. Talent will not, because there's nothing more abundant than wasted potential. Genius, surprisingly perhaps, will not, because unrewarded, unrecognized, and undeveloped genius has almost become a proverb. No, not any of these. Belief and persistence alone are omnipotent. Concerned about the consequences of the failure to achieve, a wise man once asked, what, not where, is the richest place on earth? And the answer, it might surprise you, was the graveyard. The answer was the graveyard. It is the reservoir of songs not sung, of poems not written, of good deeds not done, of discoveries not made, of inventions not invented. Perhaps we should learn from nature. The most consistent attribute of the human being is growth. and we grow in a specific direction, from the simple to the complex, from incompleteness to completeness, from imperfection to perfection, and from weakness into strength. The fetus becomes an infant becomes a child an adolescent becomes an adult a parent. Yes, we will remember you this way, achievers all, those who remained in the race and crossed the finish line. And now I get close to concluding. The power of belief. Beliefs are the mirrors of reality. The law of belief says, as I think, or better perhaps for our purposes, as I believe and as I do, so I am. That I move toward and become like that which I believe is possible. Remember the allegory of the Wizard of Oz, with the Tin Man who believed that he didn't have a heart, the lion who believed that he didn't have sufficient courage, and the Scarecrow who kept repeating that his head was so full of stuffing, he couldn't think for nothing. That is, he didn't have a brain. They went to see the wizard, who actually was not a wizard at all, and who had no power, but they believed that he had. And therefore, when he claimed to have given them a heart and courage and a brain, they went away using what they actually possessed all along. The wizard had only given them a clock, a badge, and a diploma. That is a belief in themselves. This is a story about the power of belief. It is also a story that implies that you already have everything you need to be successful inside of you. Yes, remember me this way, or perhaps a different pronoun. Remember us this way, as achievers, wrapped up in the practice and pursuit of human genius, a group of young people who have successfully applied two of the most important principles in life, the laws of success and the power of belief. However, you must remember, each one of you, that you have to continue to grow, continue to succeed, remembering always that it's better to drink from a rippling brook than a stagnant pool. I think I'll say that again. Each one of you must remember that you have to continue to grow and continue to succeed, remembering always that it is better to drink from a rippling brook than a stagnant pool. I want you to repeat after me each one of these phrases. If I can see it, I'm going to say it again until you all do it. If I can see it, I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. Congratulations to you.
Our next speaker has worked very hard to make our senior year a success. Without his motivation, dedication, and compassion, we could not have accomplished all that we've done this year. Please give a very warm welcome to Senior Class President of 2003, Justin Mulbauer.
We shall not pass this way again, although it bordered be with flowers, although I lie in fragrant bowers, and I hear the singing of songbirds winging, to highest heaven their gladsome flight, though moons are full and stars are bright, and winds and waves are sighing, while leafy trees make low replying, the voices clear and joyous straying, repeat in jubilant refrain. The rising suns their radiance throw on summer's green and winter's snow, in such rare splendor that my heart would ache from scenes like these to part, though beauties heighten and life lights brighten, and joyous proceed from every pain. I shall not pass this way again. I have one wish for you as you walk out these doors, and that's that you take experiences and memories that will last the rest of your life. For though you are eager and excited to graduate now, one day you'll long for your high school years, where simple problems could be solved by dodging security because you forgot to write the 10-page paper. But we will not pass this way again. We are now entering a world of great responsibility and challenges, but be not afraid, for we are ready. We are ready to reach our goals and change this world for the better. Although our goals may vary and changes may be big or small, remember, be strong. We are not here to play, to dream, to drift. We have hard work to do and loads to lift. Shun not the struggle, face it, 'tis God's gift. Be strong, say not the days are evil, who's to blame? And fold the hands of Quincel's shame. Stand up, speak out, bravely say your name. Be strong, it matters not how deep entrenched the wrong, how hard the battle goes, the day how long. Faint not, fight on, tomorrow comes the song. Now we will watch a slideshow presentation prepared by Dana Watson. Thank you.
Every now and then we find a special friend who never lets us down, who understands it all, reaches out each time we fall. You're the best friend that I found. I know you can't stand, but part of you will never ever go away. Your heart will stay. I'll make a wish for you and hope it will come true. That life will just be kind to such a gentle man. If you lose your way, think back on yesterday. Remember me this way. Remember me this way. I don't need eyes to see the love you bring to me, no matter where I go. And I know that you'll be there forevermore apart.
behalf of Marysville-Pilchuck's graduating class, it's an honor to introduce our superintendent, Dr. Linda Whitehead. Dr. Whitehead has been a continuous supporter of our senior class, and her involvement has greatly affected our success in education. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Linda Whitehead.
Good evening, class of 2003. I too believe that you can fly. Thank you, Dr. Black, for such a wonderful message. And to you students, my gift to you tonight is a very short speech. I would like to speak to you tonight from a great philosopher of our time, and I believe you all will know this gentleman when I call his name. His name is Dr. Seuss. And Dr. Seuss once said, "Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the ones who will decide where to go." This appears to be an oh so simple rhyme. However, a much deeper message can be conveyed. By remembering the lessons learned and the friendships made over the past 3 or 4 years at Marysville-Pilchuck High School. Each day of high school has led to learning countless life lessons, which brings to Dr. Seuss' next point. You have brains in your head. Whether it was inside the classroom or out, I hope that you can say that not a day went by without learning something new. In the classroom environment, you learned how your mind could be filled with information. You learned that there were several teachers who cared enough to sit and help you before or after school. And then the lessons learned away from the classroom includes falling in love for the very first time, learning how to drive, or how to deal with disagreements with your parents, which in turn led to learning that your family's love and support has no limits. Dr. Seuss' next point, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your way. You know that you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. You've been taught all that you need to know to move on to the next step in your life, whether it be paths or crossroads. To take the decision the decision is yours to make. Some of you are going off to college, others the workplace, and others the military. Even though we do not know what tomorrow will bring, it's up to you to find the success which lies within you, and to have the faith and courage to claim your success. Like Dr. Seuss said, today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So go get it, class of 2003. It is at this time, as superintendent of the Marysville School District, it gives me great pleasure to certify this class of 2003 as have completed all local and state requirements for your high school diploma. I congratulate you, 2000.
As the attendants read the names of the graduates, we ask that you honor each, but wait to honor the whole until all of the class has received their diploma. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Ricardo Padre Aguilar.
Bruce Williams.
Austin Ray Acow.
Graham R. Hewitt.
Devin George Acow.
Melvin Mendoza Imadhai.
Gennaro G. Almario.
Boric Janacek.
Jared T. Alseth.
Travis L. Johnston.
Alan C. Anderson.
Stephen Michael Christopher Jones.
Douglas Charles Andrews.
Andrew Ross Jordan.
John A. E. Anthony.
Benjamin Allen Juarez.
Ryan T. Arnett.
Larry H. Juby.
Jeremy Michael Artiago.
Adam Prometheus Kelly.
Stephen W. Axtman.
Stephen F. Karras.
Jennifer Marie Abarno.
Jason Michael Kessel.
Megan Elizabeth Adams.
Philip James Kilmer.
Lisa Kathleen Adrian.
Anthony Thomas King.
Jeffrey Westover Ballou.
Eric David Kingery.
Travis Anthony Banks.
Alexander Joseph Knapp.
Tyler Kent Barnett.
Ryan Charles Cruz.
Travis Ryan Bartholomew.
Sean Michael Langdon.
Ralph DeHilog Bartolome.
Dave McCaffrey Langley.
Jamie Michelle Airy.
Nicole Lynn Magard.
Kaylin Kanani Iona.
Bonnie Lee McCarroll.
Tiffany Marie Alonso.
Kira Ann McKeon.
Oliver Spencer Batine.
Scott W. Larson.
Alan Michael Willis Benedict.
Christopher L. Lawson.
Krista Lee Anderson.
Jeremy R. Lee.
Ada Louise Anderson.
Jordan Wayne Lee.
Lucia M. Barajas.
Ryan T. Lee.
Nicholas Richard Benton.
Gary Lewis.
Joshua E. Berg.
Dan Y. Lang.
Eric Alexander Bilstad.
Matthew Joseph Lloyd.
Robert Stephen Birmingham.
Thomas Joseph A. Lowe.
Benjamin Robert Bissett.
Miracle Kekilani McLeod.
Trisha Elizabeth Barkinger.
Elizabeth Rose McLaughlin.
Melissa K. Bates.
Nicole Marie Meeks.
Shauna Lee Ann Bates.
Robert Earl Lowry.
Jacob Lyndon Ewing Bond.
Benjamin Stephen Lynch.
Matthew Manel Bowen.
Nathan Scott Lynn.
Rachel Nicole Arguelles.
Tyler William Mann.
Luisa Aria Pujanis Bobadilla.
John Paul Mantow.
Chantel Renee Bailey.
Renelle Lizada Mapano.
James Roland Brangert.
Robert Will Dale Marshall.
Travis Daniel Branson.
Daniel Sale Martin.
Tristan Michael Brenner.
Anthony David Martinez.
Ren Michael Brave.
Megan Francine Merkel.
Ian Nathaniel Britton.
Megan Lee Metz.
Tiffany Marie Baird.
Elizabeth Ann Miller.
Casey Lynn Beck.
Christopher J. Martinez.
Jenna Renee Beck.
Daniel T. Maston.
Matthew Victor Brock.
Christopher Andrew Matthews.
Andrew James Broadland.
Shane Arlen Mathieson.
Beatrice Bejarano.
Lonnie Page McGowan.
Catherine Joanna Benson.
William Charles McLean III.
Jamie Lynn Berkeley.
Nathaniel Joseph McPherson.
Eric Roy Brossard.
Timothy Ian Meaner.
Jonathan Philip Brotherton.
Charles Robert Messenger. Meisinger.
Nathaniel William Brown.
Lindsay Dawn Miller.
Michael Anthony Buck.
Shannon Marie Miller.
William Dean Bulpett.
Chelsea Jean Maloney.
Catherine Stephanie Best.
Mark W. Mellum.
Demelia Quanice Bletson.
Matthew Scott Mesker.
Alexandra Erica Bond.
Lucas McKenna Millar.
Mick M. Buonto.
Jared Andrew Millard.
Marissa Lynn Bonner.
Skyland Daniel Miller.
Carrie Ann Booth.
Joshua Anthony Montez.
Jamie Marie Bowen.
Mitchell Lee Moore.
Dustin Shane Callahan.
Benito F. Morales.
Brenton A. Campbell.
Justin A. Mulbire.
Christopher Dean Carlson.
Jacob Thomas Murray.
Kendall A. Christensen.
Tiffany Lynn Jones.
Andrew Paul Christopher.
Stephanie LaRae Montez.
Robin Rochelle Bradley.
Emily Lorraine Morth.
Ashley Kate Brassfield.
Stephen James Merle.
Amanda Lynn Briggs.
Luke Robert Nagel.
Dane Christopher Clark.
Adam Paul Nemra.
Jordan Daniel Clark.
Joshua R. Newkirk.
Christina Kathleen Brundage.
Joel Michael Nickerson.
Samantha Lee Bucas.
Kyle Matthew Nielsen.
Matthew Thomas Clark.
Morgan Vogel Nilsson.
Vincent Thomas Cooper.
Zachary Nathaniel Norman.
Aaron Keegan Coughlin.
Rory Allen O'Connor.
Michael Thomas Kaza.
Keone G. Okiyama.
Barrett Scott Crabtree.
Michelle Lee Murphy.
Lisa Marie Bush.
Laura Noel Myers.
Amanda Lee Buster.
Erin Nicole Nation.
Christopher Allen Crawford.
Matthew Robert Olson.
Mario Angelo Cruz.
Alan T. Painter.
Natalie Lee Byler.
Matthew Wayne Palmer.
Mallory K. Caldwell Holland.
Jeffrey Thomas Pelican.
Brittany Allison Campbell.
William Edward Dell Perkins.
Craig William Kreider.
Zachary Jean Perrine.
Matthew Glenn Dale.
Jordan Mark Peterson.
Nicholas C. Davis.
Brandon Allen Phillips.
Sean Marquis Davis Jr.
Brandon Lee Phillips.
Nicholas Aaron Delbrook.
Melissa Jean Neff.
Tara Dane Campbell.
Nicolette Brooke Nelson.
Amelia Dawn Cantrell.
Jessica Marie Newkirk.
Stephanie Nicole Chopik.
Brian Christopher Phillips.
Peter William Dennis.
David Robert Pinard.
Robert W. Dennis.
Andrew Han Pote.
Sarah Jean Surface.
Bryce Anthony Paulette.
Corinne Elise Kavanaugh.
Timothy James Potier.
Alicia Eileen Cave.
Joshua A. Protzeller.
Kevin J. Durbin.
Pablo Keilith Jopis.
Robert Bryce Durbin.
Christopher Stephen Ramey.
Alan Keith Dye.
Kayla Marie Nicholson.
Keith Allen Eckert.
Kara May Nitz.
Kyle Alexander Egas.
Lacey Marie Nitz.
Maybelline Les Celestine.
Kyle James Ray.
Jennifer Marie Chapman.
Dean Pablo.
Lisa Renee Chilcott.
Albert Lee Robinson.
Cooper Dalton Emery.
Tyler R. Roberson.
Brandon Kent Erdahl.
Corey John Robertson.
Susan Ann Chilcott.
Corey Robert Rorix.
Megan Song Childers.
Ross J.W. Sadler.
Bridget Michelle Christensen.
Anthony Michael Sanchez.
Brian James Erdman.
Adam Andrew Sandoval.
John Paul Erickson.
Pat J. Sherritt.
Madison Natasha Clark.
Michelle Abelard Noval.
William James Eskridge.
Andrea Jo Oas.
Nick Estrada.
Raina Elizabeth Oakes.
Laura Lee Clement.
Daniel Mark Schultz.
Megan Ann Cleveland.
Joshua Thomas Slider.
Jacqueline Dolores Cobbs.
Michael Scott Sloan.
John Allen Familos.
Ryan Charles Smalley.
Christopher Farrell.
Christopher John Smith.
Mindy Lee Coleman.
Tyler Scott Sommers.
Melissa Ann Akuram Collado.
Brian Daniel Souther.
Megan Elizabeth Collins.
Tyler Allen Spiegel.
Brandon Edward William Fierro.
Leon Edmund St. On.
Tyler D. Foote.
Keith Thomas Sterrett.
Monique Mildred Conrad.
Kimberly Nicole Ogan.
Anthony Gilbert Forrest.
Elizabeth Ann Olson.
Cody Habito Fritsch.
Nicole R. Olson.
Alexandra Lindsay Cooper.
Colin Michael Steffishen.
Mariko Coverdale.
Brandon Justin Stokes.
Amber Christine Cox.
Michael Scott Stoll.
Damian Taza Fullerton.
Brandon Richard Sutherland.
Brian Patrick Gadwa.
Kristen Nicole Rochella Opal.
Megan Cassandra Coyne.
Connie Renee Orton.
Jennifer C. Crane.
Melissa Erica Pochelle.
Ashlyn Marie Crowley.
Leanna Elizabeth Partridge.
Kenneth J. Gagner.
Mara I. Peril.
Marianne Tamoria Cuenco.
Karina Marie Pavey.
Brielle Lynn Kernett.
Sonia Elizabeth Perdomo.
Christina Denise Dallum.
Kelsey Marie Peterson.
Juan Eddie Galvin.
Amber Ellen Pickett.
Lindsay Michelle Daniels.
Jesse Roger Sutton.
Carla Ann Davis.
Jeffrey Michael Sweeney.
Lindsay Blythe Davis.
Matthew Jacob Tate.
Aaron Daniel Garnish.
Julia Tracy Potter.
Nicholas Martin Giavelli.
Tatiana P. Ponomarenko.
Stephanie G. Davis.
Kaylee Marie Paspazio.
Megan Ann Decker.
Christina Alice Patchen.
Stacy Lynn Renee Damas.
Ria Ray Quintanilla.
Shayla K. Donor.
Nina Fleur Ossio Rabon.
Carrie Dominguez.
Amy Rochelle Racine.
Ashley K. Doolin.
Catherine Dawn Ramos.
Sheridel Del Pilar Icalni.
Tiffany Jean Ramsey.
Amy Margaret Edwards.
Tanea Ray Randall.
Margaret Helen Edwards.
Matthew Allen Taylor.
Sherry Lynn Edwards.
Tyler Ryan Thomas.
Leah Kirsten Eggy.
Katie Johanna Rasmussen.
Christopher R. Gill.
Andrea Rose Rasloff.
Cameron Casey Gilmore.
Eileen Hope Rausch.
Diane Catherine Erickson.
Nicole Elizabeth Reeves.
Lynette Marie Erickson.
Celise Alcarez Resurrection.
Norma Erin Espinosa.
Christina Louise Rettig.
Jennifer Joanne Faulkner.
Carol Ann Richards.
Amy Rose Felch.
Jesse R. Rima.
Diane Frances Ferrer.
Nicole Elise Roberts.
Tina Leanne Fielder.
Amanda Marie Robinson.
Andrea Lynn Finley.
Sarah Michelle Rose.
Leah Michelle Fisher.
Timothy Michael Tometz.
Lavina Lynette Fisher.
Kyle Robert Thompson.
Curtis Lee Goffin.
Nicole L. Ross.
Stephanie Lynn Fisher.
Lauren Marie Sachs.
Jennifer Daladada Florendo.
Lynette Crystal Olga Sampson.
Brianne Nicole Fox.
Robert Ryan Thorns.
Megan Nicole Frazier.
Sean Anthony Thurman.
Megan Ray Friesen.
Shayna Sherry Santabanas.
LaShonda LaFran Frizzle.
Jamie Ray Sawyers.
Melissa Ann Gardner.
Heather Lee Schenk.
Jamie Lee Garrity.
Matthew William Trankenshoe.
Ilea Carmen George.
Julian Shin Travis.
Mickey Estrella Giesler.
Kylie Joe Scott.
Michael M. Gonzalez.
Alyssa Renee Sabuma.
Christopher M. Gordino.
Tiffany Y. Simmons.
Hannah Rose Getz.
Clifford Kalani Ullman.
Anna Francesca April Gonzalvo.
Benjamin Eric Barone.
Dana Lee Marie Goodell.
Candace Ruth Simpson.
Vanessa Ara Dawes Graves.
Deanna Marie Smith.
Jennifer Lynn Green.
Sarah Gabrielle Smith.
Selena Samantha Gregg.
Jordan Christopher Walk.
Jody Lynn Grieve.
Alvin C. Walker Jr.
Farha Habib.
Karen Megan Sorensen.
Laura Elizabeth Hammer.
Emily Ann Marie Soriano.
Britta E. Hansen.
Jessa Lynn Spears.
Heather Ann Harris.
Stephen Jeffrey Wall.
Adam Goulet.
Ryan D. Weaver.
Jonathan Robert Greer.
Catherine Victoria Spiewak.
Elizabeth Marie Hartman.
Jennifer Natasha St. Ange.
Jennifer Anton Harvey.
Lisa Ann Spolstra.
Diana Lynn Haig.
Jesse Amen Webb.
Heather L. Haugen.
Tyler Charles Webb.
Megan Deanne Heestand.
Jenna Lee Stedler.
Shanna Joy Kershaw.
Shannon Levon Staley.
Shauna Marie Hershaw.
Leslie Joanne Stewart.
Deborah A. Hill.
Corey J. Weimer.
Michelle Renee Hinkle.
Christopher Adam Wenzel.
Erica Nicole Hoagland.
Alicia Marie Stone.
Jessica Renee Holder.
Dana Nichelle Storley.
Garrett E. Gubler.
Megan E. Strand.
Joshua Taylor Gulke.
Andrew Jeremy Wheeler.
Janae Camille Holgan.
Alyssa Marie Strom.
Colleen Marie Horn.
Lisa Nicole Studley.
Megan Louise Holtorf.
Yumi Sullivan.
Brianne Renee Hop.
Michael Scott Wilkes.
Ashley Christine Holland.
John Allen Wilkins.
Allison Nicole Haugen.
Stephanie Janice Sutherland.
Donna Jean Houston.
Ashley Denise Toma.
Ashley Marie Eisler.
Erin Christine Thomas.
Summer Rose Huntington.
Joshua Micah Williams.
Erica Danielle Jacobson.
Carl A. Wilson.
Reese Marie Ganarius.
Stephanie Marie Thomas.
Dylan Charles Hagan.
Vanessa Marie Thompson.
Katie Michelle Jefferson.
Carrie Lynn Tokarev.
Kristen Marie Jensen.
Jalyn Toulson.
Rebecca Dominique Johnson.
Olitha Jamira Towns.
Nicole Elizabeth Johnson.
Alicia Ann Tremmel.
Kristen Therese Jones.
Joanna Benitez Trinidad.
Tracy May Jones.
Brandy Leanne Underwood.
Andrea Yurkovich.
Christina May Van Dunk.
Kaori Kakasako.
Sarah Elizabeth Van Beek.
Amandeep Ashley Carr.
Stacy Marie Vaney.
Amy Lorraine Cavaney.
Thomas Edgar Moon.
Amanda J. Kelly.
Michael James Russell Malvern Wren.
Jason M. Hall.
Chad Anthony Wright.
Patrick Joseph Halpin.
Odette Vargas.
Caitlin Marie Kelly.
Mary Chris Alceza Villanueva.
Crystal Lynn Kish.
Cassandra Ray Wade.
Lucina Kong.
Jessica Marie Waite.
Jacqueline K. Kozlowski.
Margaret Elizabeth Kelly Walker.
Julie Faye Elizabeth Crone.
Brittany Leanne Ward.
John William Hanks.
Tiffany Lynn Wiederstrom.
Lauren Elise Crone.
Dana Janine Watson.
Rachel Lynn Lamascus.
Wendy Mae Westfall.
Shante Marie Larson.
Jessie Marie Wheeler.
Dina Julianne Lamance.
Christopher Allen Wright.
Ashley C. Lindgren.
Scott Charles Yeoman.
Robert Maxwell Hanson.
Ryan Young.
William Brian Hanson.
Rena Marie Wigdahl.
Heather Nicole Lindsley.
Rebecca Jean White.
Kimberly Jean Lindstrom.
Melanie C. Wilcox.
Laura Ione Lockhart.
Alicia Ann Williams.
Megan Renee Lounsbury.
Amelia Lynette Wise.
Adam Richard Herring.
Christine Lynn Woolley.
Brandon Lee Harper.
Navjot Kar Thind.
Matthew Richard Hart.
Amanda Marie Yarborough.
Nicole Renee Lutz.
Tristan A. Zacchius.
Sandy Jean Lyle.
Amanda Nicole Winter.
Mariah Beth Lynn.
Alexandra Cherie Saluskin.
Catherine
Danielle D.D.K. Freiberg.
Christopher Michael Hayes.
Tony Joe Gobin.
Daniel Akira Heyman. Diane Marie Catherine Mack.
Lynn Twee Mai.
Rachel Diane Mahoney.
Ryan Michael Hecker.
Frank Jacob Hager. Tony Michelle Main.
Tara Marie Martin.
Roxana Emerita Martinez.
Bradley Michael Howe.
Christopher Barton. Raquel Christina Bittencourt de Alencar.
Caitlin Amber Johnstone.
Stephanie Marie Shaler. Mark Villanueva.
Oh, never mind. Pierre Adam White.
Caleb Hawkins.
Chuck White.
Rianne Michelle Elsie Bowlby.
Melinda Ann Counselor.
Brittany Jo Lynn Boyd.
Would the class of 2003 please join me in the turning of their tassels? Congratulations, class of 2003. Now we'll try to sing our alma mater again. If the cheer squad would join me on stage. Congratulations.
Guys can go back and have a seat in your places. Parents and friends, we're going to let the students process and meet you outside. We've rehearsed what we're going to do. We need for you to wait until they have all left, and students, make sure that you continue all the way outside. Mr. Hawk.